Fellow Nigerians, do you know that constituency projects are actually your projects? Do you know that constituency projects are funded by the federal government? Do you know that you can track release of constituency project funds for projects located in your constituency and follow up to know how they have been executed? Constituency projects happen because government does not want to leave any community out in development efforts. You have a responsibility to know what constituency project has been planned for your community, how much has been allocated for it, and whether value for money has been delivered. Take ownership of constituency projects located in your community. Protect them because they belong to you. Government knows about your needs and is planning for you. Government needs your help to ensure quality delivery. Know that constituency projects are actually your projects. Protect your constituency project. My constituency, my project.
For information on funds allocated to projects in your constituency, call 0800 2255 4272.
This message is from the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission and the National Orientation Agency.
In Nigeria, constituency projects, also called zonal intervention projects, and other government-sponsored projects are executed at grassroots level for the benefit of local citizenry. Unlike other government projects, constituency projects are selected and facilitated by legislators for inclusion in the budget of ministries, departments, and agencies for eventual execution. Based on yearly budget estimates and releases, it is a fact that the nation has spent more than half of the 2 trillion naira budgeted for constituency projects since the year 2000 without equal development at the grassroots. Over the years, there has been increased complaints by citizens regarding shoddy completion, non-completion, or outright non-execution of zonal intervention projects, otherwise known as constituency projects, in their localities in spite of huge budgetary releases by the federal government. Following these complaints and armed by Section 6, subsection B of its enabling law, ICPC embarked on the tracking of these projects in 2019. This in a bid to obtain value for money released, improve delivery of social welfare services to citizenry, increase recovery of public funds, and take development closer to the people, thereby diminishing poverty and leading to the achievement of sustainable development goals.
The level of the delivery of constituency projects necessitates the formation of the constituency projects tracking group. The formation of this tracking group will enhance this commission's ability to proactively prevent and eradicate the diversion of public funds by public officer or collaborators. By ensuring the implementation of the projects, the Commission will be supporting the government's objective of bringing development closer to the people. Any public officer, legislator, civil servant, company, that attempts to sabotage the projects can be identified, investigated, prosecuted. When violations of the Act or any other law prohibiting corruption are established, we will follow that process.
The first phase of the tracking exercise was carried out in 2019 in 12 out of the 36 states of the country, with a total of 424 projects tracked. It was a joint effort involving ICPC, the Budget Office of the Federation, Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, Bureau of Public Procurement, Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors, the media, and some civil society organizations. The first phase of the exercise did not only generate interests from the public, who expressed shock at the brazenness with which their representatives misappropriate funds meant for their well-being. It also created awareness on the need for citizens to demand for transparency and accountability from public office holders. Building on the success recorded during Phase 1 of the CEPTI, the scope of the second phase was expanded to include executive projects. CEPTI Phase 2 was conceived to track projects captured in the core mandate of ministries, departments, and agencies and zonal intervention projects. The tracking of the second phase was embarked in 2020 across 16 states, with a total of 722 projects tracked. The third, also in 2020, tracked 1,098 projects across 16 states and the FCT, while the fourth phase tracked 538 projects across 19 states and the FCT in 2021. For the fifth phase, a total of 1,377 projects were pre-selected from the 2019, 2020, and 2021 zonal intervention projects budgets, out of which 712 projects spread across 21 states in the 6 geopolitical zones were tracked in 2022. A total of 1,721 projects were tracked in the sixth phase, conducted in 2023, while the seventh phase had 1,500 projects worth over 627 billion naira tracked across 22 states of the Federation. Some of the findings in the course of these tracking exercises include absence of community input in the selection and execution of projects, difficulty in tracing true beneficiaries of empowerment items such as sewing machines, grinding machines, keke napep, etc. Wrong impression given to community people that constituency projects were personal donations of their representatives, which makes them unaware of government funding and efforts.
Gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ló ṣe o, wọ́n kò jẹ́ pé ajagun ńlá ló lọ sọ l'Ábùjá wípé àwọn èèyàn nílò iná yìí.
Ó wá gbà wá fún yín.
Òun ló wá gbà wá fún yín.
Gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ní ká gbà wá fún yín.
Gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ló ní ká gbà wá fún yín túrú ẹ̀.
Federal government ló ní kí Ajagunlá gbé wá fún yín láti Abuja pé kíná tẹ̀ka kíná. Àwọn afẹ́ ọ̀bẹ ṣe ń tọ̀ lálẹ́. Ó tọ̀ lálẹ́.
Actually, they don't allow us to use the water. They don't allow us to use the thing. If to say the thing hand over to the community, it is from there. If they bring something to you, I think they will call you and the other party. From there, you will know how to handle the property. They have to say they give only one agent that you know to handle the thing. So how can I just penetrate to say, yes, this thing is within my environment, they are sharing this. It's not like food on the table. Even food on the table, you are eating, I can't just go and put hand inside.
Many construction projects were either uncompleted, overvalued, or not done to specifications. Arising from these discoveries, the Commission compelled 34 runaway contractors back to site in the selected states, and about 200 more returned to site on their own in the states where ICPC was yet to commence the exercise, thereby compelling completion of much-needed development projects to the communities and saving government billions of naira in already abandoned projects.
It was a very good thing working with the host community, because in most places where we go to work, the host community don't normally welcome us like the way these guys did. The support was very, very good. We actually started the job very well and ended it with a very good support from the community. We didn't have any cause to report to anybody that they've been doing this or doing that. They gave us their full support and make sure that anybody that was going to give us headache in terms of construction was actually ruled out on.
Gaskiya wannan hanya a lokacin da ba a yi shi ba muna tare da matsalolin security da sauransu. Amma yanzu gaskiya samun wannan hanya alhamdulillah gaskiya mun ji daɗi. Dan ba wallahi.
Kawai sai to da federal government ṣe tó dáa fún wa inú wa sì dùn inú àwọn náà sẹ́ǹdì ẹ̀ sí à inú tí wọ́n ṣe dáa ó tàn àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ìṣiṣẹ́ náà ṣiṣẹ́ tó dáa yóò tàn lálẹ́ kó tàn.
As consultant, we have a responsibility, a dual responsibility, both to the contractor and to the client. And of course, each contract is peculiar in nature, and of course, we also handle that with its own peculiar nature. This particular one, yes, we are faced with some challenges which is expected in engineering practice. But as consultant, we are responsible, and we are going to be responsible enough to make sure we deliver our obligation.
One of the things that I always think about our country is this thing about monitoring and evaluation and feedback mechanism to ensure that there is value for money and that the funds are used for the purposes for which they are meant, and not just for the purposes but of very good quality too. So I'm very happy that this is happening at this time, so that you can be sure that funds are being used properly for what they are meant to be used for.
Nobody knew you people are coming here today. I just come down and I had the telephone. So you help me thank God that I could reach this stage, finishing that I've finished, I can say. Thank God for it. It might not be like that in some other sites. I don't know. The inflation is 3-4 times what we envisaged going to happen at the time we are giving the award of this contract. That's all I can tell you, Nick. That's the major problem.
Virtually all the projects have started before I came in. But I think the execution was done according to the plan. And I have looked at the documents, and I also took personal visits to some of the projects. Some of the projects include the 500-seater hall, if I'm not making a mistake. There's also the student hostel, and they are all projects that we met on ground, and all of them are currently being used.
Fellow Nigerians, do you know that constituency projects are actually your projects? Do you know that constituency projects are funded by the federal government? Do you know that you can track release of constituency project funds for projects located in your constituency and follow up to know how they have been executed? Constituency projects happen because government does not want to leave any community out in development efforts. You have a responsibility to know what constituency project has been planned for your community, how much has been allocated for it, and whether value for money has been delivered. Take ownership of constituency projects located in your community. Protect them because they belong to you. Government knows about your needs and is planning for you. Government needs your help to ensure quality delivery. Know that constituency projects are actually your projects. Protect your constituency project. My constituency, my project.
For information on funds allocated to projects in your constituency, call 0800 2255 4272.
This message is from the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission and the National Orientation Agency.
It should be noted that both the sponsors and MDAs responsible for the execution of constituency and executive projects are aware that ICPC is watching and that there is no hiding place for defaulters. Remarkable procedural and process improvement has been recorded also. A higher percentage of projects completed and executed to specification and significant reduction in the number of infractions.
The impact has been positive. Unlike the previous phases of tracking, phase 7 has shown that the people at the local community are now aware of what the ICPC is doing, and they are now demanding for accountability from their leaders. That is one aspect. The other aspect is that even the MDAs that execute this project, they are also now aware that ICPC is following up, and they try as much as possible to see that those projects are well executed. We have also seen reasons why National Assembly members, those who also initiate part of this project, are coming to ICPC to report contractors that have not performed excellently well. And from what we have been able to do, they are also now commending ICPC that, okay, they are writing letters to us that we have compelled contractors to come back to their locality to come and execute projects that have long been abandoned. That is one. The general impact is that out of 1,500 projects that we track, in the analysis we are just doing, we can boldly say that 86.6% of those projects are well executed. So very beautiful impact. But the most beautiful impact to me is that the awareness of the public and the demand for accountability on the part of leaders, on the part of executing agencies.
To empower citizens and give them a voice, ICPC has provided a toll-free line for information on budgetary provisions on projects across the length and breadth of the country.
Guy, this is our rep member. He did try. This is the third borehole he's constructing with his own money.
No be smart, no. Honorable Kashkal is the real Odogo. Plus, he is very generous.
Uncle, I don't think it's his money he's spending. ICPC came to our school to sensitize us on many of their initiatives, including constituency and executive project tracking.
Will you shut up? What does a small boy like you know about politics and money?
Haba, at least listen to him before silencing him. He was not true to you now. Go on, my boy.
The ICPC officers gave us a smart number to call if we have questions about constituency project. It's 0800 call ICPC and it's free.
Okay, let's try it. The number probably won't even go through itself. 0800 22 55 4272.
Hello, you have reached the ICPC toll-free number. My name is Ola. How may I help you?
Hello, my name is Remy from Small London local government area. Can you tell me anything about the constituency projects allocated to this area?
Thank you for calling, Miss Remy. Just a second, please. 121 million naira was allocated by the federal government to your local governments for 10 boreholes, drainage systems along 2 major roads, 50 motorcycles, 100 sewing machines, and other equipment as part of an empowerment scheme. If you suspect any foul play, kindly submit a petition to info@icpc.gov.ng.
Ignorance is not an excuse. Thanks to this boy, we now know better. I will inform the community head so we can monitor projects properly. It's our constituency and our projects.
This message is brought to you by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission.
ICPC's message to the communities where the projects are cited is simple. Own, protect, and monitor the projects that government has put in your communities to make life better for you. Going forward, the Commission will focus more attention on the identified suspicious provisions in the budget. In fact, sponsors, MDAs, and contractors are aware that there is now a watchdog and business is no longer as usual.
We look at areas that have huge impact, like healthcare, education, and agriculture, because that's why we have constituency electoral project tracking, which is an area whereby we track projects and works that have been done by the members of the National Assembly, which were budgeted. So that's why even investigation, we focus on areas that touches the life of our people.
More vigorous enforcement activities, including but not limited to prosecution for infractions, recoveries, asset confiscations, and forfeiture also apply.